It's been 2 days since the new laws of farm bills have come into effect, the new farm laws have come into effect, and there has been a lot of controversy going around in Haryana with videos surfacing that how trade farmers from UP were not allowed to enter. The Deputy Commissioner of Karnal, one of the districts which didn't allow them, is specifically mentioned that those coming with non-basmati variety should not reach to the mandis, to the grain markets. I am joined here by the Additional Chief Secretary of Food and Civil Supplies of Haryana government, and we will speak to them about how this one nation, one market concept, is it thriving in Haryana, or is the government facing any challenge in implementing the new laws while the procurement process is on. Thanks for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you.
You would have heard about how the farmers in Karnal coming from the UP side were blocked or not allowed to enter into Haryana. And the reason given was that they were carrying non-basmati variety, which generally the government procures. So on one side, when the government says, when the union government has framed laws saying that it should be one nation and one market, don't you think the entire purpose gets defeated when the district administration of the Haryana government does so?
No. The new laws, they facilitate private trade so that farmer can take his produce anywhere in the country and sell it. So the critical element here is that the seller as well as the buyer are both agreeable to such a trade. The location doesn't matter. But if they are bringing non-basmati paddy, then obviously they are targeting the buyer, that is government. Now, here, then the trade would take place when both sides agree. In Haryana, for the purchase of paddy, we have a definite system in place. That system starts with registration of farmer in an online portal. Then on the basis of the choice given by the farmer, we assign him a day. And on that date, he comes with his produce to the mandi, so that we have necessary arrangement and there is no glut in the mandi. So in Haryana farmer also, within the state also, it is not free for all that anybody can come anytime to the mandi and sell to the government. So the same system would also apply to the farmers from outside the state who want to sell their produce to us. So what we expect is that, like in wheat, we would allow them to register in our portal. Then once they are registered, we will allow them to come on a particular date, give them SMS messages so that they come and sell their produce to us also. So if you look at the spirit of the act, when they come here with basmati, they are not stopped, because we do not procure basmati and it is definitely only for private trade. So they can come and sell basmati anytime they want. That is not related to the procurement agencies. When they want to sell it to the procurement agency, we are willing to take it, we will take it, but we will take it in the same system that we have for the farmers of Haryana. So therefore, we are complying with the provisions of the Act, not only this year, even before this. Whenever farmers from UP or Punjab wanted to bring their produce to us, we allowed them to come, but we certainly followed a system. We had followed this system in case of wheat in the last season. We will definitely follow this system in case of paddy. So those who are genuine farmers and want to sell in Haryana, we are certainly welcoming them within our system.
So you mentioned that even for farmers in Haryana, if they want to sell their produce, they have to register on a government web portal where they have to upload their details, and either the revenue or the agriculture department goes and verifies the claim, and then they are allowed after an SMS is sent to them. But I wonder how the UP farmers will upload their data on that portal, and who will verify their claims? Will the officials from Haryana go to UP and verify their land records or whatever they have put it on the web portal? How will this function as far as UP farmers are concerned?
No, it would not be possible for us to go to a different jurisdiction and verify whether they have sown that same crop as claimed. But once they register, when they come to sell their produce, we are asking them to bring certified copies of their revenue papers, which show that they are either owner or cultivator and they have cultivated this particular variety.
Okay. Another question is that I spoke to many UP farmers in Karnal who were allowed the entry after we reported that how initially they were stopped. Now they say that the web portal is not accessible to them. So is it some technical glitch, or we do have some deadline that by then it will open up for the UP farmers or the outsiders?
The web portal for registration of paddy farmers of Haryana is open. and will continue to remain open till we complete our procurement of paddy. The web portal will be open for outside the state farmers for paddy starting from 6th of October. We had done the same policy. We have definitely a bigger responsibility and accountability towards the farmers of Haryana. So we are giving them a priority. In terms of the quantity, I am proposing to purchase about 64 lakh tons of paddy, and probably all said about 4-5 lakh tons of paddy would come from outside. Therefore, in terms of time given and priority given, the priority would be given to the bulk of producers.
So is it also, are you following such preference model also, that the native farmers from Haryana will be given preference ahead of the outsiders? Is the government following such sort of pattern that they will allow the Haryana farmers first?
If out of 64 lakh tons, only 4 lakh tons are coming from outside, obviously the date allotments would follow a proportionate system. So if I call 100 farmers a day, then about 5 farmers would come from outside and about 95 farmers would come from within the state. That is how it should be.
Okay. Apart from paddy and wheat, what all crops you are procuring? Which crops Haryana government is procuring?
For the Kharif season, apart from paddy of 2 common varieties, we will also procure bajra, we will also procure moong, and we will procure maize. Maize is a major initiative this time because we want to encourage diversification of crops. So apart from not only procurement of MSP, there are other incentives also which has been factored into maize promotion. So we will these are initiative of the state government, and the state is doing on its own the procurement of these 3 other crops.
Okay. Another thing I just wanted to check at the end, that will any farmer with any produce coming into Haryana, is the government ready to procure it, or will it stop procuring from outsiders?
We will procure paddy from outside if it comes to us after due process. But bajra, moong, they are high value crops, and these are being procured by the state government from its own resources. So it would not be possible for us to use state resources to subsidize farmers from outside, because it is after all the state's resources meant for the subjects of the state. But if they come and sell it in the open market to a private person in the form of a private trade, we will definitely encourage that, and we have no objection.
Like maize and bajra, the 2 crops which the state government is procuring, so will we see that this time around the state government of Haryana will not procure these 2 crops from outside and will generally procure from within?
Definitely. We will definitely only confine our procurement to registered farmers from within the state for these 3 crops.
Okay. Thanks for speaking to us, sir. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you.
So this is Additional Chief Secretary, Food and Civil Supplies from Haryana, clarifying that the farmers who were stranded or were stopped from entering into Haryana in the Karnal district were stopped not because that the government is not ready to procure their items, but there is a procedure through which even the farmers of Haryana have to come. They have to register on a web portal, and this web portal for outsiders will be available and accessible by 6th of October, after which farmers from other states can also come and sell their paddy. In Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.